Welcome to the Market Timer. I'm Rick Rashford. Today is August 27th, 2024. It's currently 9:41 p.m. Chicago time. We're going to be taking a look at the SP 500 because today, this week, tomorrow, the rest of the week, well, things are going to be happening. And I want to kind of go over what those things could be. Now, the first thing I want to draw your attention to is this weekly chart that you see right here in my trading view. And this is the weekly of the S&P mini futures. Here's the SPY. Let's take your choice. Except this one is trading in overnight session right now. So I have that one up right now. Notice that I have these notes here. I put them in there to try to remind me, because I look at so many different charts, what I'm expecting to happen in this particular market. And you can see that I have week ending August 23. That was last Friday, just two trading days ago, or three if you count today. And it also, we see this week shown here, the SEP 830 being this Friday. So the reason these are written here is this is on my F-date report. More specifically, it shows the 823, and then this here, based on some cycle analysis software that I wrote many years ago, it shows a high tendency for this week. So you put them together because it's plus or one anyway. And right now, as we have made a higher high this week by 4 handles. It's clearly going to be this week or bust. And this information has been available on my report going back to quite a long time. Okay, here we go. The first report it showed up on was the report for July 19th. You can't, it's not going to work there. Anyway, July 19th report. So we've known for about a month that a weekly swing, cycle swing, was due for this time period. And of course, we are focusing on this week. So there's this, and then here is the next one. It's around the 913, 920. Those two weekly bars we would focus on next. I can't tell you whether that would be the end of the drop or it would be a small 1 week correction and then the drop continue. And we're going to talk more about that in a second, because another thing that I want to focus your attention on is the post that I've given my members in my F-date trading membership. Now these are futures traders, so I put the stock market on here as far as the S&P 500 because of the the ES or the futures, the SP futures or the ES mini. Those are futures, so that does go on the report. Anyway, note what is written here in this post for the membership. Okay, it talks about today, 8/27, which is a $ F-date. For those who are not familiar with what these F-dates are, they're cycle turn dates that are on this report. And if there is an asterisk next to it and a $ in the grid, it basically says that there's an even higher probability of that cycle turn occurring. Okay, so we tend to wake up when we see these dollar sign F dates, and the S&P has one now. Okay, so whether it topped out today, tomorrow, as long as it's just within the 1 bar, and tomorrow seems to be a pretty good day, if any. So you'll notice here that I talk about NVIDIA because NVIDIA has earnings after the close tomorrow. And what is the connection between NVIDIA and the S&P? Well, if you were to put up, here I'm going to put up a comparison, a compare chart here, and I'll show you. Okay, let's go ahead and pop over there. Okay, up here is the SP 500, the ES specifically, and down here is NVIDIA. And if you'll notice, they tend to track. What NVIDIA does, the S&P seems to follow. All right, here it topped out, and then the S&P topped out and went down, and you can see that it tracks. All right. And if you bring this up, you just have to expand it out so you can see that even more. So you can see the bottoming here, top here, bottom here. See that? Okay. Then it came and it topped here, bottom here, and went up. So anyway, tomorrow is a big day for those who watch NVIDIA, and it's a big day for those who trade in the stock market, because NVIDIA, let me go ahead and get rid of this and go back to the... Okay, the thing with NVIDIA is that, speculating of course, it just seems that even though they have been surpassing expectations in these earnings, the magnitude of those expectations, or the exceeding of the expectations, haven't been as great. It's been declining as far as how much that they have surprised everybody. And it doesn't appear from all the jibber jab that I can find on NVIDIA that that they're expecting much of a surprise. At least some of us aren't expecting much of a surprise. They may exceed. It wouldn't surprise me if they exceeded expectations and earnings, but they may not exceed enough to convince those who are invested in NVIDIA to keep propping that stock up, and we could see NVIDIA take a rest and start to break down. That breaks down, of course, the S&P, being a weighted index and everything. We can see that also. But regardless whether it's NVIDIA, Apple, whatever, even though, yeah, they're in the QQQs, the NASDAQ, we can see that they track, and we can see they have an effect. The techs certainly have an effect on the stock market. So moving on, we're going to move on here. This is a cycle envelope chart of the S&P 500. And you'll notice the red arrow that I've got showing right here. It's showing where we are right now. And this blue envelope right here is saying, hey, we are cyclically due for a top at this period of time. Even the shorter term is starting to suggest that's the green envelope within it. The blue is a longer term, and the green is a shorter term, and you can see that they all appear to be capping out about this time. So these cycle envelope charts are available to our members here in the membership, and this was today's. So wanted to show that. And so the bottom line, folks, is I wanted to get this out tonight because we could be seeing the top for now. I'm not saying that's the end of the bull market. Absolutely not. Personally, I believe the bull market will continue into 2026. You heard me say that, into 2026. Then I would really worry about things going down through the floor. But we're going to have stock market corrections. We're going to have the market take a break. Seasonally, it does it every year. It does it every 10 years, 5 years, whatever. The market doesn't move in one direction. It goes up, it pulls back. I mean, look, here's the, okay, it's 5 minute. Let me go to a daily. Okay, here's the daily chart. All right. And you can see, okay, the market pulled up, came up here to July 16th, and what did it do? It corrected all the way down until August 5th. All right, market moved up, and I believe that we're going to be topping in the next, well, from now until the end of this week I believe we're topping this week, and could be tomorrow, and we're going to go down again, and it's just going to be another one of these. I mean, I don't know how far it will go down. However, it will then bottom out, whether it be in this period of September, the third, fourth week of September, but most likely no later than early October, which is the seasonal expectation for it to drop into October. But I do have this cycle turn date here that we do have to pay attention to when we get to it in about 2-3 weeks. All right. So overall, I expect the S&P 500 to be bullish, stay in a bull trend until 2026, to most likely the first quarter of 2026. However, for right now, the S&P is looking to top. I would do whatever it is that you normally would do when you're expecting the stock market to top. You know, hedge your stocks, whatever it is you want to do, put some puts on if that's what you want to do. Buy an inverse S&P inverse, the inverse fund ETF. Go for it. I can't give you personal suggestions. All I can tell you is, hey, expect the S&P to go down for the next few weeks overall. All right. Okay, folks, thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Click the notification bell if you haven't done so. And please give me a like. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.